Alright. Stream's good, I think. Why can I not?
Why can't Twitch remember to log me in?
Are you in the RPGrinders chat?
I think so. Like I'm in the RPGrinders room.
Because I don't.
It's.
Let's see. I don't see you in there, dude.
Went live. Watch.
Oh, there you are. I see you now. Yo. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can.
Your message was blocked by the spam filter. What?
What?
But Breakman's a spammer.
What is this?
Maybe you shouldn't call yourself Breakman. I don't know.
Your message was not sent. What the flippin' shit?
You are now a mod. Alright. Oh, no. Eric's a mod. You're not. Eric's
I can't see that.
I can't see anybody.
Alright. Well, I see Eric.
I saw a notification saying you left a message on the video, but I can't actually see it.
Hang on.
Can we just say fuck Twitch?
No. Twitch is gonna be the... There
Look
we
at you,
go.
girl.
Alright. Alright. You're a mod, Eric. And as soon as I see Break in there, I will make him a mod. If you're listening to us live, we'll be starting in just a second here. Okay, you left a message on the video, Break, but I don't see you in the chat. I think what you're doing is going to the video and leaving a message on the video, not the actual chat.
Why the fuck is RPG fan spinning a false narrative about Final Fantasy's name?
Eric, hang on. RPGrinders.
I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose, but it's like people have already explained why that's called Final Fantasy now.
Am I in the chat room now?
Say something or do something.
Damn, I did. Motherfucking dog shit.
No, not yet. Do you see my typing, Eric?
Test, yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Testes.
Testes, 1, 2. Okay, I see Eric in there. I do not see...
Welcome to the chat room.
Oh, there's Bridget. Cool, Bridget's in there. Yo.
Every time someone talks, this stupid little box on Skype pops up, and I don't want it to.
Wow, the video's behind too, but yo.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm in chat now. Yay.
The Breakman's there too. Sweet. Okay. We got everybody. We got everything. Sorta, kinda. I guess we'll start. Did you already tweet out, Break?
Ooh, I was supposed to tweet out? Okay.
Too bad Mug isn't here to talk about us. The Last Jedi with us.
What? The Last
Too
Shadow?
bad he isn't the last Fed-Eye. Last Porgy.
Oh. I don't even know if he saw it. He's still in Santa Ana? Alright.
Is it for a job or something?
Yeah. Yeah. It's something I don't think he can talk about till he's finished, so...
Please tell me it has something to do with a certain company that does Falcom games.
Quite possibly. You'll have to wait till he tells you. Bridget, can you hear me in chat? Is everything sounding okay? Let me know. And I'll get this thing started. A little bit of a delay, but maybe 3-4 seconds.
I wonder where Dungeon Buster is.
I don't know. He'll be here shortly. Yeah, Bridget, let us know if you can hear us.
Everybody should probably ship coal to Ajit Pie's house.
Ugh.
Here's your Christmas present, fucker.
He's such a fucking wanker, man. I was Gripper.
We all know I love how the GP likes coal.
Okay, let's get this party started.
Or any other fossil fuels.
Oh, fuck. My intro music. God damn it. Hang on.
He broke in.
Yeah, I gotta do something here. Why can't
Alright, I'm just giving up on trying to get rid of this stupid box. It just keeps popping up.
What box, dude? What are you talking about?
In Skype, it's supposed to show who's on the call. Every time someone new talks, it pops up. Even if they've already talked.
You might be able to change that in your settings, but don't worry about it for now, dude.
It does this stupid thing that Google Hangout does.
Hang on. I gotta find my intro. Eric, can you send me the intro and outro in Skype, please?
What the really?
You don't have to. If you don't want to, we can do it with no intro and no outro music.
No, I mean, I don't know why you don't have it.
I have it, Eric, but I'm just asking you for a little help. That's it.
You're like, really, you don't have to argue over this.
I know.
All I'm saying is that
yes or no, Eric. Either yes or no.
Feature in the folders section.
Okay, forget it, Eric. We'll do it without it. Fuck it.
No, I'll do it. But it's
My
baffling me. That's all.
Baffling? What's baffling? I'm telling you to help me out.
I need to figure out how to do it first because this is new Skype.
Just drag and drop, dude. It's like normal. Like you do all the time.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, drag and drop.
Because the other versions of the Skype, you couldn't do that.
No, you can do it.
Alright. I think it's in this folder. It might be in a different drive. I actually have to look for myself.
Bridget says we're making her laugh because we're cute, fighting, trying to get this show off the ground.
Now I actually have to look for it. Great.
Just do your search, dude. It should be new. Newest intro or new intro and new outro. 2017 or 2016. I can't remember.
.mp3.
Wank it. Break, man. So funny. Break, I'm assuming you have not seen Jedi. Or have you? I think
not even here.
I think Breakman's getting a beer. That's my best guess.
Oh boy. I can't remember where I put it.
Dude, does Windows have like a finder where you just put in?
Yeah, I typed it in, but it's like
not working or what? We'll just do it without it. Fuck it.
Searching is just taking fucking forever, that's all.
I can find mine, but for some reason it doesn't. Here, maybe if I do this. Boom. And outro. Hang on. I got it. Never mind. Let's see. Put this over here. Alright. Hang on. Come on. Come on. Son of a bitch. Oh, man. The trials and tribulations. Here we go. I got it. Don't worry about it, Eric. I found it. Alright. Here we go.
I honestly should have had it in the folder where I keep all the other stuff, but I don't know why it's not showing up.
I don't know, but here we go. everybody, to episode 468 of RPGrinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you?
I'm wondering, all those Star Wars movies still start with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. When are we going to get to, like, not too long ago in a galaxy far away? Or this happened yesterday. In a galaxy far, far
that's
away.
what Independence Day resurgence is.
That's
Nobody wants to see that.
Oh my God, resurgence.
Why did you do that? Why did you taint our Star Wars?
I've never actually seen that movie. But
well, neither have I, but I don't need to see it to know that it's trash.
Okay, I finally found this fucking thing.
It's one of those movies that, if they were going to do it, they should have done it like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it ended up on this F drive.
Who cares?
Okay, maybe Independence Day Resurgence. Maybe it's a fun, entertaining movie, but there's no way it's a good movie.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard nothing but bad from
I know, but
movie.
even still, some bad movies are still entertaining, you know?
Yeah, maybe it's entertaining, but I agree with you.
Like Justice League is a bad movie, but it's entertaining.
I agree with you, Breakman. It waited too long. Like, they should have came out with that probably about 10 years ago. I see Soylent Grey, who is that in chat, says Independence Day Resurgence is not a good movie. I don't think so either. I totally agree. So
I know what the ingredient in Soylent Green is. I'm not sure what Soylent Grey is. Is that like old people?
Dungeon Buster.
I think I know what the problem was. When you sent me those files all those months
Eric,
years ago.
it doesn't matter, dude. We're doing the show now. I got the files.
Skype had a default path for it.
Don't worry about it. That's technical shit for another time, dude. We're doing the show. All right. Let's get into the news. We got plenty to talk about. Star Wars, anybody? Did you have a chance to see it, Break?
No, I don't go to see Star Wars movies.
Oh, you suck.
I've never been a Star Wars guy at all. I'm not into it.
You are an awful human being, and you should be lashed accordingly.
I thought you were going to call me like a terrible liar or something.
Should we call you Dark Side Break instead?
Yeah, you're the Darth Vader of this show, man. That sucks.
I did dress as Darth Vader for Halloween.
I guess. Oh, you did? And you didn't go see
Star Wars? We can totally spoil the movie for you, Break, because you're
never
going to see Star Wars.
I'm never going to see it. I hate that Star Wars franchise. I'd never watch that.
Oh, you're never going to watch? Okay, so we can spoil
none of
it.
the Star Wars movies. Yeah.
No, we're not going to spoil it because, people have to have a chance to see it, but we will talk a little bit about it.
I don't know if I could go without spoiling it.
I'll
try to control myself, but I don't know.
Yeah, try as you might, Breakman.
Was there any alt-right whining about the movie at all? Because I haven't really seen any.
Who gives a shit?
I'm glad I haven't, but
does anybody?
Look, every movie that comes out has somebody that complains about it.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into our news for the day, Mr. Eric.
Okay, from RPGsite.net, we got a release date for Trails of Cold Steel Kai, the Aberronian Civil War for PS4. This is a PS4 release of the game. This is coming out in Japan on April 26th. And XE made an announcement that we're going to talk about that might hint the possibility of us getting it in the same year as the first game and this game.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool deal. Anything else on this, Eric?
It like the first game, it includes enhanced audio quality, 4K resolution support, 60 FPS frame rate, and a turbo skip mode option.
60.
The turbo skip was actually introduced in Ys 8, but it's kind of limited compared to what you could do with the PC version of Trails of Cold Steel. So I bet they modeled it after that.
All right, 60 frames per second, 4K. I am in.
Also, if you have a save file from Trails of Cold Steel 3, you can use it to unlock New Game Plus bonuses early.
All right.
Not all of the bonuses. They won't let you break the game, but they'll probably let you carry all the costumes and stuff over.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next story, Breakman.
Coming to us live from the page that's taking a little bit to load here. RPG site.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Like the first game, there was a ton of DLC for the game, mostly costume stuff. It's included with the game. You don't have to pay for it now.
Okay. Next story, Break.
Oh, really quick. I don't know if he can hear us or not, but Freak 5 Chaos is trying to find us in YouTube and Wicked Radio. We're in Twitch. I'm gonna text him right now about that.
Okay.
That's cool. That's why I'm continuing to talk. That way, there's no dead air.
Yeah, YouTube.
While I'm getting to that story that I'm about to read from RPG site. The Alliance Live launches on March 27th in North America and Europe.
Yeah.
All right. That's all you really need.
Yep, that's all you need.
There's a trailer. I'll give it to the chatters.
I'm playing it for chat. It looks cool. It looks sort of like Final Fantasy for the DS, whatever that game was, After Years or whatever. But it looks okay. Looks decent. All right, let's move on to the next story.
This actually kind of reminds me of the visual style of the 4 Heroes of Light.
Okay, yeah. All right, next story comes to us from RPGsite.net. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Update Patch, version 1.1.1. So there's a new game plus feature that's teased. But let's see. There's a lot of bug fixes, new features like easy mode to the Tiger mini game. I have no idea what that is. I don't have the game. Pressing the X button will let the skip travel screen transition to the map you're currently located at. With this, it should be easier to check places on the map, such as skip travel and salvage points. Pressing the L stick now shows the zoom ratio of the mini-map. That's a good improvement. Yeah, more visibility to your surroundings. Let's see, following items will be given to players who have bought the expansion pass. Driver necessity set, 10 rare core crystals, 1 legendary core crystal, 3 overdrives. Materials to strengthen Poppy, 30,000 ether crystals. Pyra's favorite items, 5 generosities, and Mia's favorite items, 5 Ardanian bear carvings. So there you go. Some new stuff for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. What were you going to say, Eric?
Basically, the map sucks and they're fixing it.
Yeah.
So if you press X now, you'll get an actual map screen instead of having to dig with a menu.
Gripper's in chat.
Sure, it's still the skip travel screen, so it's not like a map, but I'm sure there'll be further updates to the map later, so maybe they'll actually fix the fucking legends so that you can actually identify a couple more things.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, Gripper's in chat. What up, Grip? Eric, next story, please.
Next story is from RPG site as well, and it's about how Square Enix has got a bunch of port plans for the Switch. As a desire to reach out to younger generations who may have heard of the fame of Square Enix's classic titles, but have no access to them on today's console, Square Enix has showed interest in making as many of their older titles digitally available for newer platforms.
Yeah, what a shock.
Yeah.
CEO Yosuke Matsuda clarifies, however, that rather than only doing ports, modernizing them would be more appropriate. So it'll be quasi-remakes to remakes.
Yeah, I guess. I'm excited about this.
Maybe we'll see Final Fantasy 7 through 9 on the Switch.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
It'll probably be like the iOS PC versions of 9 or something like that.
They could do a shocker and do a an updated 7 that everybody's been wanting for the Switch. Wouldn't that be a turn of events? Let's see.
I don't think the Switch has the power necessary for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, yes, it does, my friend.
It does not.
It does, too. It does too.
They're making it for the PS4. It cannot compete. It can't. Unless it's heavily compromised.
Look, Eric.
You do not know the hardware of the Switch.
I know the hardware of the Switch and of the PS4. The PS4 is definitely more powerful. No question about it. But there's no doubt in my mind that they can do a remake for the Switch. Not even a question in my mind.
I'm not saying they can't do a remake. It just won't be that remake.
Did I say that, Eric? Did I say the PS4 is version is gonna be on the Switch? I didn't say that, dude. So there you go. Yes.
Yeah, but why would they bother making yet another remake? I mean, they were already remaking 15.
One reason, and one reason only, Eric. Money, money, money. Let's see.
I'm all for them like re-releasing titles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Chrono Trigger would be nice to have, but I don't want to play it on like my Xbox One or PS4 or something like that. I don't want to sit home and like sit and play that on the television again. Oh wait a minute, no, I want that NES. I want that Super NES Mini. Shit.
They won't even do a remake of 7. They'll just port the PS4 version that they did.
That's fine. They're gonna redo 7 at some point. Of course, I would.
Well, they already announced it. They're working on it. They've been working on it for a couple of years now.
Yeah, and I've just been getting across the point. That's the version that's not going to come to Switch.
Right.
And they're not going to make a completely new one with a different engine that's meant for the Switch.
You never know, Eric. You never know. Yes, you are the only chick in chat, Bridget. She's asking if she's the only girl there. Gripper and Dungeon are not female.
And I guess Freak hasn't found his way in here yet. Obviously, he's heard part of the show, though, because he tweeted me about something that we said on the show. So.
Yeah. I will look at YouTube and see if that's working in a second after I get this next story out of the way from RPG's site. Ni no Kuni 2 delayed. I don't think this is a big surprise. It's delayed to March 23rd, 2018, so it's not too far off. I knew they had some little tweaks to do here and there, so look forward to that. It looks good. There's a video on this particular site that I'm playing chat now with the voice actors doing their thing and talking about the game. So there you go. It'll be to us probably a couple months after, unless they delay again. All right, next story break.
Delay.
Always, man.
Hey, look, as long we've said it a billion times, as long as they get the game right, I don't care how long it takes to make.
Yeah,
I'd rather
maybe
them
they're taking time to fix the broken AI.
Yeah, I'd rather them fix the problems rather than release it or release it when it's not ready, which happens a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, there are games like they kind of have to release Fallout because they'll never ever fix all the bugs in that game.
Yeah.
This is a company that re-released Skyrim on a bajillion systems and never once fixed the fucking bug that they could have fixed.
I wonder what kind of bugs the VR version of Fallout's going to have.
Ooh, I don't even want to think about that, man. You know what's weird? I played a little.
Did it fix the bug where it makes you barf because you're looking at VR?
I like VR, but I'm gonna wait till they get better games for the VR.
I'm gonna wait till I have the expendable the expendable money for
that too. That too, for sure.
Yeah. Who wants to spend $600 on a VR headset for the PlayStation?
No,
not
nobody.
me.
Not me. That's for sure. All right. Let's move on to the next story.
I can tell you now, though, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I'd get one sometime eventually.
Yes, I would.
I'm not running out to the store to get it. It wouldn't be like on my top 10 list of what I'd buy.
I'd pay off my car first.
Oh no, like I'd pay like this shit I owe. I'd pay up my cable bill for like the year to come or something. Get the house fixed up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or I'd use the earnings to like lobby Congress so that they can undo all the bullshit they've done this year.
Can you imagine if I won both the current jackpot prizes? They're both over $200 million. I'd be happy with just one. I bought a ticket for the Mega Millions and the Powerball. So
I don't play the lottery, Frank.
If you guys don't hear from me next week, it's because I'm in Jamaica somewhere. Doing.
Frank, I was kidding. Like, the lottery is designed to keep poor people poor.
Yeah, I know.
Frank's gonna be in Jamaica doing coke.
Exactly.
It's another tax on the poor.
It is. But in all actuality, I thought about the lottery and taxes. Instead of having the current tax system we have, can you imagine if they did like a national lottery? That would pretty much clear everything up. Like, people that don't want to pay taxes don't buy the lottery, and people that want to pay taxes buy into the lottery. Anyways,
if I didn't have to pay taxes, I'd play the fucking lottery. Fuck yes.
All right, next story break.
Fuck you, taxes. Come on, big money. No whammy, no whammy. Oh.
No whammy. If anybody gets that reference,
God, you're dating yourself.
I remember that very well.
Yeah, I love that show as a kid. Coming to us live from RPG site. Super Robot Wars X announced for PlayStation 4.
Okay, what's the date?
And I wouldn't normally go into it because that's the basic thing of it, but there are 23 titles in this. If you don't know about Super Robot Wars, actually, if you're listening to the show, you know about Super Robot Wars. But this is a combination of 23 different properties, basically.
Hopefully, we'll be lucky enough to get like this localized.
The Unchallengeable Daytarn 3, Aura Battler Dunbine, new story of Aura Battler Dunbine.
A bunch of Mobile Suit Gundams.
Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta Gundam, Gundam XXZZ, Char's Counterattack, Beltorchica Children.
I'm pretty sure that's a manga-only entry, and that's not even an anime.
Mobile Suit Gundam F91, Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam, the Steel 7. I've never even heard of Crossbone Gundam.
That's a manga.
Okay. Gundam Reconquista in G. Mashin Hero Watoro. Nadia, the Secret of... Wataru? Sorry. Nadia, the Secret of Blue Water.
It's just weird because that's not exactly a mech anime, but whatever.
Let him get in it. Eric,
that doesn't sound like a mech anime, you're right. I mean, I've never seen it, but it doesn't sound like one. Brave Express Might Gain? The fuck? It looks like they're trying to spell might and just added letters on after it. I don't know. Gurren Lagann, that's Might Gain's probably an actual word, and I look stupid now. Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann the movie, The Lights in the Skies Are Stars. Code Geass. Lelouch of the Rebellion R2. Lelouch of the Rebellion R2D2. True Mazinger Edition Z. The Impact. Mazinger. I don't know.
Eric,
True Mazinger Zero versus the Great General of Darkness. Ooh, I want to know more about this Great General of Darkness. Maizen Kaiser. Buddy Complex Final Act, Into the Skies of Tomorrow.
That's actually a good show that I need to get to watching.
I like the name Buddy Complex, but then they go Buddy Complex and they add all this other name to it. It's like, oh, you're going a little bit overboard there. And the last title, Cross Ange, Rondo of Angels and Dragons.
Dungeon Buster in chat says, Secret of Blue Water is definitely not a mech anime, also notorious for the, quote, island filler episode. So there you go. That little history lesson from Dungeon. All right, next story comes to us.
I actually think Nadia is on Funimation now. You can watch it there.
Do you have to go through a wardrobe to get to it?
Wardrobe.
Narnia. My bad.
Next story comes to us from Gamatsu. Little Witch Academia Chamber of Time PS4 demo now available in Japan. So there you go. It's a 3.77 gig demo, so that's pretty hefty. Looks pretty.
When are we going to start getting anime games, the Netflix anime and Hulu anime?
Which is fine.
This is one of them.
Yeah, this is
This is a Netflix exclusive?
Yes.
I did not realize it was an exclusive. Wow, so we are already there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's actually a decent selection of anime on Netflix.
Although I think the way it works in Netflix Japan is that they get the show on a weekly basis. We have to wait months. That's stupid.
Dungeon says Nadia.
Hulu has a bigger anime selection, but Netflix has their exclusives.
Yeah. Dungeon says Nadia is a good series, but the island episodes just kill the momentum. I think I stopped there. I need to rewatch the whole thing again just to remember what happened. See, I have that problem with certain animes. I get up to a point, they do filler episodes, and then I get disinterested, and I want to see the rest of the show, but I get lost, and then I have to rewatch. So, it just kind of sucks, but I'll get there with some anime. I'm getting back into it. I watched Ajin on Netflix, so I still have to finish the second season last episode.
I'm watching the 7 Deadly Sins now.
Yeah, I saw
watched
that.
High School DxD because I'm getting all my perverted anime out of the way.
Do they already have one?
Yeah, that'd be the 7 Deadly Sins for sure. Like there are moments in that show where I'm just like, oh my, did they know? Did the censors not see that happen?
Also, I heard 7 Deadly Sins is a much better anime than 7 Mortal Sins, which is not the same thing, but it's also similar names, so you might get confused.
I wish they would.
I like it. Let me say I like the show. I'm enjoying it, but the sexual harassment in this show is out of control.
Yeah, I can't say that High School DxD doesn't have that, but it definitely has more of that erotic harem anime type stuff going on.
The hero in this is very touchy. In 7 Deadly Sins, he's very handsy.
Is he
very
he's like the Harvey Weinstein of anime? In other words, that's what you're saying, right?
I think Harvey Weinstein's watched it like, oh, I gotta take notes. Like, he's good.
Yeah. Hey, Wyland just joined chat.
Nice.
What up, Wyland? Damn, we're on a roll today. All right, next story break.
And yet, Freak still has.
Yes, and there's Freak as you speak.
Oh no, you for me wrong.
Yep, we see.
Is everybody with a crown and op or something?
No, that's just their
voice.
No. I don't know what that is, but there you go. So yeah, we can see everybody in chat there. Wow, right on. Nice to have you guys join us. All right, break. Next story, break.
Next,
I hit the mute button by accident. Coming to us live from Komatsu, Atelier, Lighty, and Soul PS4 demo now available. I don't even know what the hell I just said.
And that's Liddy.
Liddy and Suel.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Alchemist and Mysterious Paintings announced yesterday for PlayStation Store.
Yeah, it's in Japan, so it's not here
Demo
yet.
features the following differences from the full version. Okay. Not main events, including character events and sub-events, will not occur.
So they're all original events then. That's nice.
Battle level and synthesis level are capped at level 10. Background music cannot be changed. Costumes cannot be changed. Cross-save loading cannot be done.
So, in other words, it's not a game. No, just kidding. It's a
demo.
It's just a demo.
I've never seen like somebody list like the comparisons between a demo and the
some demos have like original content that you won't find in the main game. And this is it, I guess.
6.88 gigs. That's a hefty demo. But oh well. All right, next story, Eric.
I wonder if it's one of those where it's installing a fraction of the game too. Like it has to install a lot of some of the games.
No, it's probably more like the demo to Bravely Default, which is its own thing.
Okay.
That's a certain file size.
F13 is getting... Oh, Friday the 13th is getting another free update on Monday. That's cool. And Wyland says he bought the Gundam Wing Blu-ray. So that's cool. All right. Next story, Eric.
See, I'm fine with just playing DVDs because I don't like Gundam Wing enough to buy it again. So
I might.
I think it's on Netflix anyway, so it's like I could just watch that version.
Wyland, let me know. Is that? Can I just jump into that series with that Blu-ray? Is that like a complete set, or is there backstory that I need to get?
There's actually 2 sets.
Okay. So there's one that happens before this one, and then I don't know how it works. I'll figure it out.
No, I'm
later.
saying season, or like the first 25 episodes are on one set. The next are on the second set.
Okay. All right. Next story, Eric, please.
The next story is Fallen Legion: Rise to Glory is coming to Switch in 2018, and NIS America is publishing it and doing a physical release of the game on their website. The name of the of the developer is Yummy Yummy Tummy. That's just hilarious to me. But anyways, it is a collection of Fallen Legion, Sins of the Empire, and Sins of an Empire, and Flames of Rebellion, and which were originally PS4 games and PS Vita games respectively. I think I might have that screwed up. But it's basically going to be Fall Legion Plus for PCU, and I don't know why they're just calling it Plus there. They might as well. I guess that NIS decided this, and not Yummy Yummy Tummy. But and apparently the Switch version will have new routes for both titles, so it's going to have even more content.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will be rolled out to the other versions when it finally hits, though. But and so basically the copy on NIS is the Exemplary Edition, which includes a copy of the game, hardcore art book, soundtrack, a medallion of honor, so a piece of metal for whatever reason, and a box.
Yeah.
Ooh, it doesn't say how much it is.
Oh, yeah, it's probably $100. It looks pretty. Looks alright.
And no, it's not going to be 100 because the game's not even that much. No. I think the game's only about $20 or $30.
Yeah, and there's a little announcement.
But I got the Vita in the PS4 versions for review, but I asked for a Switch code, so maybe I should just hold off my review and just do it then. Yeah. I think it's going to be early 2018.
Yeah, it looks pretty, man. It looks really pretty. Is it? It's not a card game, is it?
No, it's kind of like a Valkyrie Profile. In that each character is mapped to a button, and like it's real time, so that like you won't play out turns. You'll just hit the attack, the corresponding button for whatever character you want to attack, and like from spellcaster, you'll have to press up or down, or just the X button or triangle button in this case, to do a different spell, And basically, you'll just keep fighting, and then you'll have to keep healing your characters because they will get hurt. And you can also block and do perfect guards. So it's a real-time version of Valkyrie Profile, basically.
Yeah. Let's see.
Just right down to the fact that your soldiers are actually weapons that you give a physical form to.
All right.
So they can fight for you.
Wyland says that I can just jump right in with that box set, but man, $153. Oof. That's a big
that's why I don't get Blu-rays of things.
I'm all into Blu-ray. Actually, I'm gonna start.
That's actually, I don't know if that's the premium edition or not, though. That has all the episodes, because I think you can get them separately for a lot cheaper.
Looks hefty, man. 13 disc Blu-ray. So.
And for comparison, my DVD collections were about $30 each. Wow. That was a couple years ago.
I understand that, but man, anime just cries out high def, dude. Like I would, if I had the money like Wyland, I would do it. That's a good price actually. But whatever.
No Unicorn is not about bisexual chicks, and plus I reviewed it, so you should have remembered, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
All right,
Oh well.
you guys continue with the news. I have to step away for just a sec. Breakman, next story, please.
I'm sorry, I'm reading chat. Me and Freak are talking about some griefing he's been doing in Friday the 13th, like putting traps that are supposed to be used on Jason, putting them in specific spots to mess with the campers. And he also says he was listening to a podcast because we started talking about breaking controllers, and he was listening to a WoW podcast, and one of the hosts broke his keyboard because he threw it at the wall while raging. Wow. I've never broken a controller before. Out of rage. Like, I've had some shitty controllers that have broke, but... You know.
I threw a controller once, but I threw it, like, at the pillow on the couch, so I made sure it didn't break.
I drop my controller all the time, but
that was the only time I've ever done something like that, and I didn't really throw it. I just kind of tossed it.
He said weeks later the guy's still finding keys. Anyway, I guess I should read the next story. Coming to us live from Gamatsu. Tactical RPG Regalia Royal Edition coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch in Q1 2018. So I guess that means sometime before the end of March.
We talked about Regalia before, but it was only a PC game then.
Yeah. Key features, since Frank's not back yet. Robust turn-based battles with varied objectives and lots of viable strategies. 6 various regions to explore, each filled with battles, adventures, bosses, and more. More than 20 unique characters to meet, recruit, or befriend. Foster relationships and create the ultimate team of misfits. So wait, I can't make any of my enemies? Dang. All you need to be... I want more games where you can make people enemies. I don't have that many. I can't really think of any, actually. All you need to be successful king. Town management, diplomacy, expeditions. A lighthearted story with tons of humor and a fair amount of epicness. Over 30 hours of gameplay. Huge replayability factor. You won't discover all the content in just one playthrough. Craft new, powerful weapons. Beautiful graphics with hand-drawn 2D backgrounds. Orchestral soundtrack composed by Game Audio Factory. Professional English voice acting. Samurai dwarves. Okay. There's an exclamation point on there, and I guess I'm supposed to yell it and be really excited, but I don't know. I'm not really excited for samurai dwarves. It's not like, yeah, samurai dwarves. Like, it's like, okay.
Are they like the ones in Warcraft?
I have no idea. My dwarf was a priest. I like healing people. Yeah.
What about Street Samurai dwarves from Shadowrun?
Oh, I haven't played Shadowrun since I was a kid. On the Super Nintendo. Well, there was that terrible Xbox 360 game too.
Don't even remind me of that thing.
Oh, yeah.
I played a demo. I was like, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh no, there were some. They had great ideas. Just that was about it. That was where the quality stopped. The ideas of the game when they're writing them down. I'm like, this might be fun.
Yeah.
But then
I'm back. Where did we leave off, guys?
We left off on the next story from the news. You're gonna read, Frank.
Which one is it?
I'm just kidding. I know you don't know. I'll read it. Comes to you live from Gamatsu. Adventure Time Pirates of the Enchiridion. Enchiridion. All right. Announced for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Okay.
There you go.
It's a brand new, hilarious Adventure Time story. Gamers play as Finn, Jake, Marceline, and BMO. To explore fan-favorite kingdoms and meet the well-loved characters from Cartoon Network's popular TV animation series.
This game's gonna suck, isn't it?
I have never seen one episode of Adventure Time. I know
I saw one episode and I was kind of bored.
Yeah. It hasn't been high on my list. Unless
you need a certain mindset for a show like Adventure Time, and then later on, like now they introduced the lore a couple seasons back, and now the show's taking significantly more serious turns. But I mean, it's still weird, but it's not like the goofy, happy-go-lucky weird that the original seasons were.
All right. Hopefully that'll be good. Hopefully this next game will be good. No, the anime is good. Steins Gate Elite. First print copies in Japan include Famicom Styles Steins Gate on Switch, Linear Bounded Phenogram HD on PS4 and PS Vita. Comes to us from Gamatsu. So there you go. There's an overview. It was first released in 2013. Users who purchase either the PS4 or Vita version of Steins Gate Elite will receive a code to download Linear Bounded Phenogram HD for the PS4. There will not be a PS Vita version of the high definition remaster. So there you go. Looks okay. I saw this before we...
I think Linear Bounded Phenogram was like a slightly retooled version of the original game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, there's not that many differences.
Yeah, not much difference. All right, next story, Eric.
Next story is Steins Gate Zero's anime has been dated, and I'm not even going to read the article here. I'm just going to read what the link says. This is April 2018, so prepare to look for that, and maybe Crunchyroll will get it.
Looks pretty. It's got good animation for sure. The other Steins Gate I hear is really good. All the other Steins Gate anime series type stuff. So something to look out for.
I recommend playing the visual novel. But as far as I can tell, the original anime based on the original game does a more or less a good job of like doing the entire visual novel justice.
Yeah. Freak5 in chat says, have any of you watched Big Mouth yet? Yes, I saw the entire first season and I liked it. I thought it was really, really good. Real funny. Don't let your kids see it. That's for sure. It's definitely
I don't know. Maybe you should.
Maybe you should.
There's some learning lessons in there for sure.
I think Funimation now has the Steins Gate anime on their streaming service.
All right, next story break.
Coming to us live from Gamatsu. Gungrave Gore in development for PS4.
Okay.
That right. Iggy Mob, the development team behind Gungrave VR, is currently developing the next entry in the Gungrave saga with Gungrave Gore for PlayStation 4.
I never did get around to playing these, but I heard that they're good action games.
Yeah, I've never seen the anime. I heard the anime was really good too.
I played the original Gungrave game. It was a fun shooter.
Yeah. All right, maybe this next game will be.
He had this giant coffin for a gun.
That's cool.
So he's like Wolfwood, basically.
Yeah. Well, maybe this next game will be good too, guys. From Gamatsu, Hakuto. I should have given this one to you, Break. But anyways, Hakuto ga Gotaku.
No, Gotoku.
It says ga. Ga Gotaku.
Oh. Oops, I spelled that wrong.
Yeah, Eric. How dare you interrupt me? Don't interrupt me! Delayed to March 8th in Japan. More time for quality improvements required. So, not much news there. Just a little update. It has a trailer video, and the animation looks nice. I don't know if... Oh, it does look like that's gameplay.
I think that translates to like a North Star.
Like Fist of
Instead
the
of like
Star.
Dragon, it's not like a North Star because it's.
I like it. The art style looks good. So hopefully the game will be good. All right.
And the funniest thing is that the person who's playing Jagi is the voice actor for Majima.
Yeah. Freak5 says he would play a Big Mouth video game. Play as the hormone monster trying to fuck different things. Yeah, it's.
Have they said anything about a second season?
No, but it's coming. There's no question. It's highly rated.
I don't know how old it is.
What the hell is this Big Mouth thing?
Oh, dude,
Netflix show. It's basically it's kids going into puberty and kind of the horrors they face, but in a cartoon form. So think of a far more intelligent Family Guy dealing with puberty.
Yeah, Freak 5 is exiled.
And it's very profane, and sex is the number one.
I don't know if using the terms Family Guy would have sold me on it, because I hate Family Guy.
I didn't mean it like as like Family Guy. I mean just, you know, kind of. I just mean it's a over the top because it's a cartoon like Family Guy.
It's way better than Family Guy. Family Guy.
You know it's weird. Seth MacFarlane did like the first couple episodes, or first season at least, of Johnny Bravo. It's like, now I can understand why I didn't like that show that much.
I like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, the first couple episodes were okay, but he did most of them.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next story, Eric.
Speaking of when it's coming, when are we going to get more Castlevania?
That's a good question.
No.
I rewatched that series again, and oh damn, that last episode is fucking breathtaking, man. Really fucking.
They really do nail like the story of Castlevania.
So good, so good.
They're probably working on it, but I'd like to hear something about it.
I want
that's
it
what I
now.
mean. Like, you don't have to give us a date. Just say like coming soon and give us a teaser trailer.
They need
Just
to come
let us
out.
know something's coming.
Yeah, they need to come out with it tomorrow. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's been nearly a year since it launched, so maybe we'll get it.
Frank doesn't want a date. He wants it now.
Now, I want it now. I just want them to come out with an announcement. Castlevania season 2, 3, and 4 out now. That's what I.
You want it to be like Sega, like they're just gonna come up like it is out today.
It's out.
Like,
yep.
Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn. All right, next story, Eric.
Next story is about Xseed's got a couple teaser announcements, but we know at least what 2 of the games are already.
What are they?
Says 3 announced 2018 titles and Q&A promotion. It says Xseed Games teased 3 unannounced game localizations for 2018 and a promotional image for a Twitter Q&A the company is running. And basically, they're just restating that Sakuna of Rise and Ruin, Trails of Cold Steel 2 for PC, Zwei, the Arg's Adventure, and Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Collection for the Switch are all coming out next year. But 2 other games that one of them's discovered that was in silhouettes. There's like 2 silhouettes here. Would be English Detective Mysteria, an Otome visual novel published by Marvelous for PSP in 2013 and PS Vita in 2016. So it's interesting to see Xseed actually do a visual novel, and an Otome one at that. But it says 3 here. Oh yeah, the second game is Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. Sorry, which is a remake of Senran Kagura Burst and Senran Kagura Skirting Shadows for PlayStation 4. And we don't know what the other one is, but a lot of people are speculating that it's actually Trails of Zero.
Oh, sweet. Another Trails game. Nice. All right. That's all good news. Next.
Well, it could be... It could be Trails of Cold Steel 3, and it probably is, because based on what I can tell, that might be the scarf that Fee's wearing.
All right, Breakman, last story.
Coming to us live from Silicon Era. Oh, have we done them today?
That's
the only one from Pokemon Crystal will get a physical release in Japan and Europe.
Why not the U.S.? What's going on?
Sure it will. It's just Nintendo just rather do announcements in Europe first, then we hear about it secondhand.
So how many Pokemon are there now? Like 5,000, 5 million? Like there's a lot of Pokemon games.
So many. We can't even count on both of our hands.
Here's the interesting thing about Crystal. In Japan, when the game launched, there was a mobile device that a mobile phone device that you could attach to the Game Boy, and you could apparently play online that way.
Yeah.
But that feature's being axed, and apparently it was the only way to get Celebi. But instead, what they'll do is that like they'll have some kind of event where you get it that way instead.
Freak5 says he's playing Friday the 13th while he listens. I hope somebody traps your ass in a corner and Jason gets you, Freak5. Right.
I hope he's griefing somebody as we speak.
Probably. He was talking earlier in chat how he's such an ass. He puts traps by windows so his teammates can get caught by the traps.
Not his teammates. The camp counselors.
The counselors. That's
the stupid teenagers.
Yeah, always wanting to have sex and shit.
You kind of watch. Don't you kind of watch those movies now as an adult? Just watching, I'm like, God damn, these kids fucking deserve it.
I wish they would patch in like.
I mean, what? Oh, my bad.
They're kind of assholes.
I forgot to delete the homie discounts from last week.
Yeah, no homie discounts this week. Any Twitter questions or comments, Break?
Actually.
Why don't you ever put them in the document?
What? I got on the show like a few minutes before the show started.
Yeah, so don't grief him.
Well, this time I'll let it slide, but you never do that.
I'll let it slide. Next time he's gonna spank you, Break, man. So there you go. All right, Break.
Spank me, please don't spank me.
I'll make you play the Mega Man game you hate the most.
Oh, ew. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Bumping? No, soccer.
Mega
Man Soccer.
Ooh.
That's an abomination.
I mean, soccer in general is an abomination. So
yeah,
well, I was gonna suggest X7, but
no, he has to play Bloodborne and not get killed once. Like he can't play another game until he plays Bloodborne and does it perfectly all the way through.
Yeah, I quit. I'm done with gaming. I'm done. Mouse.
All right, Break.
We'll go play board games. So we do have one comment, and it's from Freak5 Chaos. Right. He says, someone in PS4 lobby must have pissed off at Frank Branches. Her screen name is Exiled Girl.
Yeah.
1990.
See, don't piss me off. That's what will happen. You'll have an exile at the end of your name.
And then he says, I am also exiled for not watching Star Wars. I know, I'm ashamed.
You should be exiled, Freak5. What? I mean, yeah, we'll get to it. All right.
And he was having it took him a while because he was having problems. I had the same problems getting in the chat too.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there with Twitch, but that's going to be where we are from now on.
He said they are supposed to be his teammates. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, see? I told you.
Sorry.
Son of a bitch. All right. What have you been playing?
He says, it is the wounded gazelle. If they're hurt and limping, Jason will chase them instead of me.
What an ass.
Wyland
says he's...
Oh, yeah, he hasn't seen Last Jedi yet. Oh, yeah. God, I might have to give you warning sign if I'm going to do spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. We're not going to do spoilers at all.
Raising the movie. I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
I actually saw it today, if you guys can believe that. So, yeah, I'm on board with Last Jedi. All right, what have you been playing, Break?
There are scrolling words before the movie starts. Ah, shit! I can't help myself. I'm sorry. Spoilers.
All right, Break. What have you been playing?
South Park, mostly.
South Park. How's that?
On my phone and on my Xbox.
Yeah. How's it going?
I'm enjoying both of them. Both different games. The phone one is getting difficult, though, because of how much they kind of force you to play multiplayer at certain points. You can play single player for, I think, like 10 levels before you have to beat like a certain amount of multiplayer levels, and some of those multiplayer levels just get multiplayer levels. Sometimes you're playing against people. I'm getting my ass kicked a lot.
Yeah, that's one reason I don't like playing online. I'm just not good enough at all.
I get the idea that a lot of it's I don't have a powerful enough characters. Like I need to level the characters more, but it takes. If you don't pay money into the game, it's going to take you time, basically.
Dungeon says in his theater they just put super comfy recliners, so that's cool.
Yeah, they have those at the Cinemark. That's where I usually go. I love that. Just press the button. kick back and just relax.
Yeah. Freak 5 is exiled again. All right.
Well, that's not his fault you did a Paul Rubin in the theater.
I did not do a Paul. There was too many people there, man. I mean, shit.
No, it was his fault. He jacked you off.
Oh God! How dare you? You're exiled, Eric.
As far as the game, like I definitely understand what Moria's problem with it is, like a lot of sameness.
Yeah.
Like there is a lot of like, wow, I've done this before, like, but it's still a lot of fun. I'm still enjoying the hell out of it, you know. Yeah. I can't complain about it.
I mean, for a free
they're
game.
always finding like a new joke to throw in or something like that, while the gameplay isn't boring at all, you know.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying myself. It's a game. And it kind of feels more so of a game than the last one.
Yeah.
And you bought it at a discount, so you don't feel as ripped off.
I don't feel ripped off at all. No.
All right.
And I didn't pay anything for the one on the phone, so I definitely don't feel ripped off.
Yeah. Let's see, Eric, what have you been playing?
I played more Color X Mouse and Ace Attorney 3, and I play like. I'm up to like 12% of Never Stop Sneaking, and I played a little but of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus.
Okay, cool. Right on. That looks like a full complement of games you've been playing, man. That's awesome. I'll have you guys know I'm getting closer to getting a game system. Can you guys guess which system I'm buying first? Because I'm definitely gonna buy both. But
you're getting the Xbox because of the Blu-ray player.
Brakeman, you are correct. I'm not getting the S. I'm actually getting the Xbox One X because it does obviously have the ability to play 4K video, and it's. I looked at both systems, spec for spec. The X is gonna kill later on. It's one of those systems that on right now it's not, you know, anything super special, but I think later on when you harness the full power of that system, it's going to be. I don't do PC gaming, so this is as close as I'm going to get to playing PC games. So yes, surprisingly the first system I'm going to get is the Xbox. So after that, then it's going to be the PS4, and then the Switch. So within the first 4 months or so of next year, I should have all the systems. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But for now, I'm just relegated to playing Marvel Puzzle Quest on my phone. And how dare you, Wyland? He's disparaging the Xbox.
I mean to sound stupid. What's PUBG?
That's the connection. The what do you call it? The yeah, Freak Pipe says the Neo Geo. It's like the computer connection deal. I'm guessing. I don't know much about Microsoft, but no. He says, what is it? I don't know. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds.
Okay.
Those type of games are for PC players. I'm not.
I want to know more about that game.
Yeah, it looks okay. I've seen it in 4K actually on my TV. YouTube has a good selection of 4K video that I've been checking out lately, and I saw that game. But man, the games coming out next year, guys, are looking fucking phenomenal.
That's the thing with gaming. Like, there's always like next year. Like, there's always good games coming out next year.
Yeah, but dude,
always.
I know, but next year seems to be the year for games, dude. I don't know if you've seen like stuff for Anthem. And what else did I see that looked interesting? There was so many.
Well, Anthem could go fuck itself because of EA and BioWare.
Nope, it looks good, dude. That's the type of game that I want to play.
Until they put microtransactions in and loot boxes.
Yeah, that aside, the game looks fucking phenomenal. This is we always talk about games to play with other people, like getting all of us together.
Yeah, speaking of playing with other people, I have to clarify something in chat. Chaos Freak says, I meant to ask you earlier, Break. You said you play as a Dwarf Priest. Are you saying that you played WoW? You were Alliance? The Dwarf Priest was my backup character. My main character was the Warrior Zombie. Or Horde, what do you call them? Forsaken. Fucking Forsaken, goddammit. I couldn't remember what they were called for a second. No, but my main character is definitely Horde.
Freak 5 is exiled.
Horde of Horde, just to clarify.
Oh boy.
Always for the Horde.
Fucking Warcraft. Freak 5's exiled again, so there's that. What else? Let's see. No, but next year's going to be an awesome year for video games, dude. God of War looks amazing. Even that Forza game looks really good. It's running at 60 frames per second, which that was a big draw to me to get the Xbox, is that 60 frame per second with, you know, all the amazing graphics.
Yeah, and you always say you're not a graphics whore.
I'm not, dude. I really am.
How can you? What did you just say? How can you?
But look,
after the
all
last,
things. Look, check this out.
10 minutes of gushing about the graphics.
Listen, I've already laid out that I'm getting all the systems, so it's not a matter of me liking the graphics on the Xbox better right now. I think right now they're neck and neck. I don't think there's much difference between the games on the Xbox and the PlayStation 4. The PS4 definitely has the edge when it comes to games, but I think over the long haul, the Xbox is going to be the system to get your games later on. All the ones that are running 60 frames, slightly better graphics with HDR and 4K, plus it does native 4K resolution, which is, I mean, I have the TV. Why not have?
I'm still not convinced that the Xbox One is going to be a good future investment for people like Japanese games, though, because
it doesn't matter.
Getting Japanese games on that console is going to be a challenge for anybody, I guess.
I don't care. I'm going to have all the systems. So all the American games that come out, or the Western, I should say, games, and all the Eastern, I'll just play on the PS4. So I'll have the complete package on a very nice TV, I might add. So, all right, we have some reviews. What do you have for reviews, Eric?
Reviews. I've got let's see. I've got Nier Automata, which I think I'm just gonna write, so I'm just gonna skip that.
All right.
And I got Coco and Lady Bird and Last Jedi, or which we're all gonna get into later. But Coco is Pixar's latest film, and it's a story about. I don't think it's quite a period piece. The movie doesn't do a very good job of telling me exactly what time period it takes place in. It does look modern, but it could be something as far back as 2000. But anyways, it takes place during the Day of the Dead, and this kid is part of this family who's had a history of being shoemakers, and he wants to be a musician, and because he was inspired by some famous musician. But
Lennon?
So he what?
Tom Petty?
No. Some Mexican musician.
Oh, I don't.
Vicente Fernandez.
I don't.
Not anybody real.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was going to say.
I can't think of any Mexican musicians.
Although
I'm thinking like Dominican, Cuban, but not Mexican.
Yeah.
Anyways, that character might have been based on a real person, but I'm not sure about that. But anyways, he wanted to enter this competition in order to prove that he could be he could play music, even though his parents are strictly against it, because they have this history where like basically his great grandparent was a part of a family, and then their husband walked out on them, and forbade music basically out of their lives. And so like they'll get very, very hostile when music's involved.
Mm.
So
like music like this, Eric?
Yeah.
All right.
I just want to know if Kevin Bacon shows up to save the day.
No. Anyways, there is a character that kind of reminds me of Johnny Depp, which is just weird. But anyways, basically he steals the guitar of this person who's his idol, and then apparently doing that placed a curse on him because you're not supposed to steal from the dead on the Day of the Dead. So he ends up in the land of the dead, and now he needs to get back or he'll remain dead.
Oh.
And there's a big whole adventure there, and that's all I can really say without spoiling it. And I think it's a good story about family and willing to let people have the freedom to do what they want, even if it breaks tradition, because their happiness should be more important, and you should be supportive of your family. And I'm gonna give this movie a 10 out of 10.
Ooh, you've been on a roll with perfect 10 movies.
Probably Pixar's best movie I've seen in a long time. Maybe like the last great movie I think they did was WALL-E. Yeah. And some people don't like that.
I don't like WALL-E. I've never been a fan of WALL-E, but
there are parts of it I like. But I've not seen Up though, so who knows?
Up is good, man.
Inside and Out was good though.
I still haven't seen Inside Out, man. But Up is really good. Up is really good. All right.
Watched that on Netflix before Disney decided to pull their stuff, but I didn't get time to do that.
Yeah. All right, what's next on your list here?
Lady Bird. Lady Bird is a movie about it's not so much. Well, I guess it is a coming of age story, but most coming of age stories are about people who are in their teenage years. This is about a girl who's getting ready to leave for college, so it's the second coming of age story and leaving the nest story.
All right.
But
so this isn't about the first lady.
No.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, Lady Bird's like the name she apparently gave herself because she didn't like the name that her mother gave her, which is Christine. And there is like it takes place in Sacramento, and she goes to Catholic school, and there is some Catholic stuff on there, but that's more window dressing to the actual story of the film.
Yeah.
But it does play some parts of it. Like there is one part of the movie I don't like where she basically like asks if this random guy, if they believe in God, and they're like no, and because it's ridiculous, and she says something like I'm trying to remember exactly what she said, but she said something to the effect of like, isn't it weird how that children will unquestioningly accept the names that their parents gave them, but they don't believe in God? It's like, what does that have to do with that girl?
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a worse argument for the proof for like why would that be? You know, I can't even. I guess, but because basically what I would, if I was in that guy's situation, I would have rebutted like, well, basically because your parents are essentially gods to children. I mean, and for the most part, that's true because they're gods that are tangible.
There was a line in The Crow that actually said that. It was something along the lines of mother is the name of God on the lips of all children. So, without giving too much more, Eric, what are you going to score Lady Bird?
It kind of reminds me of like Daria, but if Daria was less of a monotone and a weirdo and more a little bit more outgoing.
Yeah, I like Daria, man. Daria was a good little show. But so, what are you giving Lady Bird?
And like, this also takes place in 2002, So it was post 9/11.
Mm.
But it was in an era where like even being gay in California was still hard to do.
Mm.
But because that does play a role in the film. But anyways, I'm gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Ooh, an 8 out of 10. You're a dissenter, man. Like that. This movie is the highest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes of all time. Out of I think it was 170 reviews. There was one rotten review.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with movies that aren't actiony. So like I don't know if I guess maybe if I was more into this type of film, I could probably appreciate a lot more and relate to a lot more if I lived in Sacramento.
Yeah.
I could understand a couple things that they were going for. So
the previous Rotten Tomatoes winner was Toy Story 2, but this one has 206 reviews.
You know what? I'll make it 8.5.
Out of 206 reviews, only one was rotten. So Lady Bird is definitely a movie that I want to watch. It might be a rental for me, but yeah, it says very, very, very a lot of good things.
I think if I could have rented it, then I could have paced myself, but I had to be subjected to a theater.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to this. Love that build-up. Gotta have that build-up. Here it comes. You guys ready? Spoiler free. We're gonna be.
I can't talk about it.
Yeah. Spoiler free.
I don't know. I can't say anything without talking about spoilers.
Hold on. Have you seen it, Break?
Yes, of course I've seen it.
All right. No spoilers. Remember, no spoilers.
What? Okay, are you sure? Because I thought most people had seen episode 1 at this point.
That's totally Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it's Duel of the Fates.
Yeah, it's Duel of the Fates from the first one.
Yeah. Alright, that's enough music. Yeah, Star Wars. Obviously, it's not going to be... We're not going to try to do spoilers, but... If you
but just in case, I've been warning them in chat,
don't
might want to mute yourselves, or as Chaos is taking his headphones off.
Yeah,
I'll let him know when we're done.
Yeah, Okay, guys, here's the elephant in the room. Star Wars: Last Jedi. I saw it today, actually.
I did too.
We're gonna try to do it spoiler free, but it's gonna be one of those hard ones to not, maybe have minor spoilers at the very least. We could do, what we should do? We should do what our scores are now. Talk very briefly, and next week do a full review of Star Wars, because there is so much to talk about when it comes to this movie.
Yeah, he asked me, one that asked me in chat a quick question. He said they asked if they I'm trying to find it here. Did they talk about Snoke's ring in the movie? I don't remember them talking about his ring. Do you?
I do not. They did not address that.
I don't think that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
Snoke is actually one of the few problems that I have with the movie.
Snoke was one of my problems with the movie as well.
Yeah,
and I'm as the hardcore Star Wars fan. I'm gonna tell you this.
I blame the fucking director.
Hold on.
This one is not one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
I liked it a lot.
I like it. I still like it. Star Wars, the moment I have a hard time not enjoying it because most of the movie was good, but then there were some definite problems.
Okay, check. This is my quick take on it because I don't want to do spoilers for this movie. To me, it's about an 8.5 out of 10 movie. And that 1.5 was pretty important when it comes to Star Wars. It was billed as the next coming of Empire, and Empire Strikes Back is by far my favorite Star Wars movie.
This is definitely that's one of my big problems with this. Is it does seem a lot like Empire. I got that feeling.
Yeah, they played
when it started scrolling. Yeah. When the text started scrolling and there was things they said in it, and I'm like, that sounds like Empire. And as I'm watching the movie, it was a lot like Empire.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, it was basically Empire, but it was remixed enough that it didn't. That some people were probably tricked into thinking that it felt new.
It did. It felt fresh to me.
Yeah,
it was
there were definitely things that were different in this. There were a lot of things that they changed up what happened. I mean, it doesn't play out the exact same way as Empire does.
Yeah.
But it does feel a lot Empire.
Yeah, it does.
It's basically Empire, but the beginning part of Empire is actually the ending part.
Well, here's the thing. It was Empire to a point. But one thing in particular stands out to me more than anything, and I think it's a Star Wars problem in general. There is not one villain that I really care about. Like, there should be... Okay, nothing could top Vader, right? I'm not even talking about...
Right, it's hard to compare. I mean, because Vader is such a legendary villain.
Yeah, but
it's hard to compare anybody to it. But you're right, because I mean, look at
it's a huge
Rogue One. Look at Rogue One. That villain in Rogue One was great.
Yes.
That guy with his little cape and his asshole attitude about everything. Like, it's great.
Yeah. See, that's the one problem. It's also a Marvel problem. They have a villain problem. And until they can either flesh out Kylo Ren to be more Vader-like or evil, it's not going to be, it's not going to reach the heights of Empire. Once they get the villain down, once they either flesh out Kylo Ren or for some weird reason bring back somebody like Darth Maul or...
Well, this is kind of the point of this movie, is to establish that he is like the big bad, like he's the new... He's the new monster, and
they're gonna have to
Rey
wrap
is
it up.
new. And spoiler alert, like Rey is the new like good. Like,
yeah,
she's new, and he's like there's the two.
Yeah, basically. See, I got that too, and I'm okay with Rey. But I have a huge problem with Kylo Ren. Like, Kylo Ren to me seems too nice. Like, he
it's not that he's nice, it's that he's emo. I mean, he basically wants to burn everything away that he gets bored of.
Yeah, there's a specific moment, like, I want to... it's really spoiler heavy, I can't mention it, but there's like a specific moment... exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But one of my biggest problems is most of the movie was really, it flowed. Like this movie takes place over the it seems like mere hours for the most part, but it takes place over not hours, over mere days. I mean,
yeah. Actually, I think
like maybe a week.
Yeah, maybe even less than that, dude.
Maybe less than that.
But the problem,
there's at a certain point where I don't know why this seems to be a fad with like the new Star Wars, where they go off from the main plot and go do something else.
Well, they're setting things up for the next one, so
in a stupid way. There's better ways of doing it without this is ever since the pod race. It's been like that with Star Wars. Everything's going good, and then for some reason they'll completely branch off and go into something else. It's like,
well, to be fair, it was happening simultaneously, so they were basically just showing us what was going on.
it wasn't as long either. Like this wasn't like the pod races, which took like 20 minutes or something like that. Like this took.
Not to mention the setup for the pod races.
Yeah. I just like I said, the problem lies with the villain. I don't know if it's a casting issue. I don't know if they've done enough with Kylo Ren. Wyland in chat knows way more about Star Wars than probably any of us.
And Wyland says that's every Star Wars, but I
also,
like, even in the original, I think they've still. I don't think they really went off on anything because everything added up to something and staying in the story. You know, they didn't suddenly go to another planet that's happening off. Well, fuck, I don't want to say it like that because then you're saying like Dagobah and whatever. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. Like in the middle of basically this movie is tense, going from start to end because the Resistance is being hunted down and eliminated, and at a certain point in the movie, a couple of characters go off to go find somebody else, and then they go through. There's another plot. And you know that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was all really to introduce this other character, and I think they're kind of showing hinting of hope. You know, like this is their kind of way of showing that there's hope for the future. But
I got two things that I like to say that bothered me, and I'm gonna be spoiler free as possible about it.
Yeah, so, I'm trying to be as best I can.
But basically,
next week we're going spoiler heavy. Okay.
Yeah.
There are two
next week.
There are two events that bothered me, and it's basically there's a moment in the film where a character should have probably died, but they had to give the. If anybody see Gundam Seed Destiny, it's basically what I'm going to call the Cogley moment, where they just do something that you couldn't normally expect them to do.
Do you mean is this somebody who's maybe flying through space?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the moment I thought you were talking about. Yeah, I agree too.
But it's also very low on the probability scale.
Here's like
credulity, and then there's the Matrix scene.
I like that scene actually because that.
I mean, but at the same time, it's like, did you really have to reference something from 10 years ago?
No, it wasn't. 10 years ago? It wasn't doing that. It was just showing you some of that person's skill, dude. Like that. Like seriously.
Yeah, but they haven't been, active in a long time.
Yeah, but so what, dude? Like the problem I had with this movie is just purely with the villain. Like, there's nobody menacing enough. Kylo Ren, to me, he's kind of wimpy. Like, and to be honest, Snoke. I mean,
yeah, and obviously, if Snoke was to fight him, Kylo Ren would lose.
Yeah,
they made that pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But other things happen, and I don't want to spoil that.
Yeah, and I could argue about what they did with Snoke was just unforgivable. If you ask me,
they really do need to come up with a better villain. Somebody akin, like Wyland says, Darth Maul's deader than dead. Yeah, I know, but they need somebody like that.
Zombie Maul.
They need a Darth Maul-esque villain to hate. Because that's what made Empire so great. This movie was
but not a spoiler because it happened in the last movie. Like, he killed Han Solo. I mean, how can you not hate him?
Yeah, but
I know what you're trying to say. I mean, everybody hates him, but we hate him kind of like as a douchebag, as opposed to holy fuck, I wouldn't want to be caught alone with that guy.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about right there, Breakman. When you watch The Punisher. And you see Barenthal do what he does in that series, it makes you like really, really not like him in a lot of ways.
Right.
And with Kylo Ren,
and it's supposed to be like that. I still love him. But
they need to do something akin to what they did with Darth Vader in, what was it, episode 7 or whatever, the last big one, not Rogue One.
No, episode 3.
Was it Rogue One? No.
When he became Vader, because
No. When Vader went through that ship and was just flinging.
Rogue One, yes.
Yeah,
Right.
they need to do something with Kylo Ren like that, where he's just blasting people left and right, because all we've seen of Kylo Ren is him going up against the best of the best, right? Rey in that forest scene in Force Awakens, and going further. I don't want to spoil any more, but he's only. I want to see him go up against, like 50 rebels or something, and just totally destroy. Make us hate him. Make us feel like, God damn, he sucks.
And not necessarily just hate him, but make us feel like he's scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's scary. Like he, like right now, we feel like we've got Rey. Just send Rey after him. He can't beat her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Rey would totally.
But not only that. Like when Vader walked into a room.
Yep. Yeah,
he earned everyone's respect. He got respect right away. He
didn't
have to say a damn thing.
Kylo Ren,
because he had that presence,
He's coming in more
Rogue One is so good, says Dungeon Buster. Yeah,
I agree.
I liked Rogue One. I liked Rogue One a lot more than I liked them.
Here's the deal with Kylo Ren.
But I don't want to sound like I hated this movie, because I still enjoyed the hell out of it.
I will say that I think what they're trying to do with Kylo Ren is they're trying to peg him as like an alt-right leader, and he's fighting with the other alt-right members. No,
here's the deal with Kylo Ren. He comes across to me like a whiny kid more than anything. Like he's sort of like
Anakin.
Yeah, like
he's like before he became Vader. He's whiny Anakin.
Yeah, he is Anakin Skywalker, that whiny, kind of sidekick. He's not, to me, like a tour de force villain. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. We'll talk about.
That's why I feel like the next movie will probably have like an evil villain that Kylo and Rey are going to have to team up to fight.
Yeah.
No, I think that's kind of the point of this movie, is establishing that like he's evil. He's the bad guy, she's the good guy.
I think they.
Well, I never said a U-turn. I said they'd have to work together to fight a greater evil, and then they have their.
But I don't want to spoil anything because, but that. I can't spoil it.
Here's the thing. He doesn't come across as like commanding a commanding presence. I think that's the best way to describe it. He's not like, if let's say you're even a stormtrooper.
But I'm going to ask though, devil's advocate, but is that really necessary?
Hold on. Yes, it is necessary.
Not if they're trying to go for a completely different angle.
But why go with a different angle, dude? We want a real strong villain to go up against the rebels. We don't want, some half-assed teen angsty guy that comes across as like indifferent. With Vader, at least you knew he's gonna fucking use his force powers, and we have yet to see Kylo Ren really harness his force powers or force lightning or anything of that nature. Like,
speaking of force lightning, apparently.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
I need to finish my point, Eric. Otherwise, it just goes away. He needs to show us a little more of his abilities to the best of, to make us feel his power. He doesn't feel like a baddie to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
I have to wonder though.
I guess he definitely feels like the bad guy to me. It's just he doesn't feel like the guy in charge.
Yeah, there you go. That's
I'm trying to say, is it important that he's the guy in charge? I mean, wouldn't a story where he's struggling to maintain control of his army like be interesting as well?
For instance, like when in the original Star Wars, Vader wasn't in charge. Talcon was, right?
Yeah.
But the Grand Moff kind of leaned on whatever Vader said,
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Well, for whatever Vader did, it was like, still, he came in the room, that's like, okay, that's the guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
I do want to see
I'm not afraid of you and your badges anymore. I'm afraid of that guy.
Yeah, see, I'm like, who's afraid of Kylo Ren? Like, honestly, like, anyways, we'll talk more about it next week.
Let's, because I want to say there's like a lot of good stuff to the movie too.
There is a lot of good.
I do want to say though that I don't know if J.J. Abrams is a better director than Rian Johnson, because I don't like J.J. Abrams, but I'm not sure how I feel about Rian Johnson.
I think he did a good job, except for a couple things, but we'll talk about it next week. We got lots to talk about with Star Wars, but we'll do it next week.
Yeah, well, they answered one of my biggest complaints about the original, I think. One of the things I complained about was they didn't move the franchise forward as far as like ships and stuff like that, like the technology.
Yeah.
Whereas this one introduced new things.
AT-ATs are different looking, but they're still AT-ATs.
Well, right. They updated what they were from the original, which is, I mean, they kind of established it was going to be like that with the Clone Wars. It just bothered me in the.
AT-ATs are like the new Super Star Destroyers.
You know, another problem that they have...
It just bothered me in Force Awakens that the X-Wings, even though they're supposed to be new and upgraded, like, they still look the same.
Yeah.
Whereas now they are... You can see that they're actually upgraded.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then the other problem I had is, like the weaponry was nowhere near as intimidating as, like, you know, the Death Star. So I expected more on that front, but we'll talk about it more next
They kind
week.
of already did the Stealth Killer, so they kind of, like, blew their load.
Well,
and Dungeon Buster in chat says, I think he just needs to cut, speaking of the director again, he just needs to, I think he wrote it too, cut back on some things because a few of the surprises were still worth seeing. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think maybe he just needed to edit the movie better.
Yeah, that would have probably helped it. Take out about 15 minutes and you'd really have something, if you could make Kylo Ren look a little bit scarier. But anyways, let's move on.
You hate
also,
them,
I had a hard time understanding the Codebreaker's speech patterns.
Well, why are we
really?
supposed to know?
I could have used subtitles there because I couldn't tell what he was saying half the fucking time.
Well, I don't think it was
That's kind of the role he
know.
played when he was in The Usual Suspects.
Yeah,
he did it. I think he did it on purpose, like he did in The Usual Suspects. Like he kind of made it like a mumbling voice, and there was kind of a stutter to it as well.
Yeah. I just, like I said, the villain is that pretty much makes or breaks a Star Wars movie, but whatever. All right,
Dungeon Buster sums it up.
So low.
So, like I said, I can never hate a Star Wars movie. There's okay, with only one real exception. I hated the second Ewok movie. That was pure garbage.
1, 2, and 3.
Wait, both of them were.
1, 2, and most of 3 were garbage. But I agree with you. It's an event. I'm glad I saw it. Just like Dungeon Buster and everybody that saw it. Sure
Dungeon Buster says, I wanted a Star Wars movie and I got one. Could it be better? Sure, but I'm glad I saw it. Exactly. Yeah. That's how I feel.
All right. Let's move on.
It wasn't my favorite Star Wars movie. I can tell you that now. Like I especially going off on that weird tangent, I thought.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like I still enjoyed it. It's not the worst Star Wars movie I've seen.
Trust me, we're going to probably...
I feel like it's somewhere around the middle.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
It's not like... And maybe some of the disappointment is we're coming off of Rogue One, which was so good.
Break. Let's save it for next week, please.
How about I put it above Return of the Jedi?
We got to move
slightly behind Empire.
All right, Breakman, your Stinko of the week, sir.
Well, it seems like you want to get out of here quick, but I actually wanted to...
I don't want to get out of here. I just want to have time to talk about Stinkos and Sweetos.
Okay. Well, you just seem kind of upset or something.
No, we're going to talk about Star Wars next week. Can we please move on?
Okay, fine, Frank.
All right.
You see, I think he has to go to the bathroom. That's what.
No, I don't. Let's just move on. Stinko, Breakman, please.
Okay. My Stinko goes to some of the people we found were caught sexual harassing this week. One of them, Dustin Hoffman, which an actor I like. But there's one in particular who I wanted to bring up. I gotta bring up what he said.
You want to talk about the one that didn't want to even face his crime, so he killed himself?
No, that you can talk about that if you want to, but I wanted to mention that ESPN had several people that were caught up in the sexual harassment that's finally being revealed. It's something that I guess maybe we didn't know was going on to this extent. We'd assumed that there were probably a couple of guys, but I don't think anybody knew it was going to be like this.
Oh, I told you guys this.
I'm glad that this is happening because it needs to happen.
Yeah, I predicted this break. Remember we were talking about Weinstein probably...
No, I meant
Hold on.
But yeah, that's the Weinstein time, but I'm talking about before Weinstein.
Okay. What I said when we were talking about Weinstein is in the coming weeks we're going to hear of a lot more of these incidents, and sure enough, we got it. You mentioned the NFL ones. There's still plenty to be said.
Yeah, well, actually, I didn't because you didn't let me finish. You interrupted me, even though you said I was interrupting you.
Go ahead, break.
Okay, my Stinko goes specifically to what was going on with ESPN, because there were several people that went, but mainly Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Because instead of the guys normally deny it, which I think is scumbaggy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's what par for the course. Very few admit it. There's very few CKs in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a terrible person, but at least he knows it, and he's gonna try and do something about it. He's gonna admit it. But Warren Sapp is trying to explain it all away.
Yeah.
He one of the things he was accused of was buying sex toys for the person who was suing him. He said he also let me scroll down there. He allegedly gave sex toys as Christmas gifts 3 years in a row. Showed her pictures of women he had relations with, and openly talked about his sex life in front of the woman who was suing. And he used the bathroom right in front of her. He says I went into the bathroom to pee, but I didn't do it in front of her. Basically, I didn't pee in front of my wife, and I was married to her for 9 years. It's just not something you do.
Mm.
What is it about? It's not cute. It's not sexual. It's not something you want to see. Last time I checked, if you ate some asparagus, it might stink. So he tries to explain the peeing in front of her away. He said the sex toy. He also said the sex toys he brought in were after a general conversation, after a couple makeup artists saw the devices in a magazine, and it wasn't about sex.
Yeah.
We were sitting there around Christmas time, and everybody brought a Christmas gift, a little holiday joy for everybody. So my man had made a little novelty thing that looked like mascara, eyeliner, and different things. Little toys for ladies that move around a little bit.
Oh, boy.
I showed them pictures, and makeup artists said, bring me some, so I brought them some for makeup ladies.
What a liar.
And then he says, where is the harassment at? I'm the notorious one. I'm always the bad guy. It's why I'm here today. Ain't no hashtag Me Too, nothing. No sexual harassment. You're not going to put that on me.
Whatever.
Like he tries to explain giving them sex toys. He doesn't even actually address giving her a sex toy because she's not a makeup artist.
Yeah.
He's talking about the makeup artist, and she's I don't know if it mentions what a stylist. She's a stylist.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah. Did you have?
Oh my!
You're kind of breaking up, break.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't hear you. There's a fucking ad went off.
Yeah, there you go. That's what happened. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. He's a liar. Anybody that comes out and does like any preemptive stuff like that is.
It's not. I think it's worse than lying. I think he's convinced himself that it isn't. Like that. This is just the way it is. Like that's not. This isn't sexual harassment. Like she's being absurd. Like I honestly think. I mean, he honestly thinks that he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's even worse than the liar.
Yeah.
You know, because the liar at least knows that he's wrong.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think Warren Sapp in his mind has convinced himself that she's wrong.
Well, they always say...
A deluded person's always more dangerous than a liar.
They always say, you know, if you tell a lie enough, you'll believe it, you know, and others will believe it. So maybe that's his tactic, but it's not going to work.
Like I said, well, maybe it is. I don't know. We honestly don't know. But like I said, I think it is. I think he thinks that's the truth. Like, that buying them sex toys was just me buying her a gift.
Yeah, and that it's like, okay, do you guys know who Morgan Spurlock is? He's the guy that did Super Size Me.
I'd like Super Size Me in those too. Yeah,
I did not like Super Size Me because it was totally inaccurate, and he even admitted after. But Morgan Spurlock is a sexual abuser, and he talked about it, and he tried to preemptively do kind of the same thing that Warren Sapp is doing, saying,
I don't think so. I think this is different.
No, it's not different, and let me tell you why.
He's saying he did it, and he's wrong, and he's wrong.
Let me explain why it's not different.
Okay.
He basically, Morgan Spurlock is making the argument that in his mind, he wasn't doing anything wrong, whereas he wasn't taking a look at the other side. So maybe in Warren Sapp's mind, like you said, he's not doing wrong. Like, he truly believes he wasn't doing wrong. But if you ask the women on the other end of that, maybe they were scared of Warren Sapp. I mean, he's what, 6'3", 300 pounds. He's a big NFL player. So you can imagine maybe that person, the woman, didn't want to say anything because maybe she was afraid. Like, he's not looking at the other side. Same thing with Morgan Spurlock.
But according to what he's saying, he's looking at it now.
Well, maybe,
which is not what Warren Sapp is doing. But
he did not apologize.
So it's different.
I think they're almost at the same spot. Maybe Morgan Spurlock.
Because I think he's trying to say, I fucked up, and I need to change. I need to be different. Where Warren Sapp is saying, I did not fuck up. I don't need to change. She needs to change. So I don't see how that's the same.
Well, it's the same because he didn't.
I think you've screwed this up in your head somehow, Frank.
No. Frank. I think Morgan Spurlock is probably on par with Warren Sapp because if you read those words, if you read what he put on his Facebook or Instagram, whatever it was, he basically did not apologize to the person. He did not.
Look, I'm not defending him. I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying, I think I see some from the statement that he wrote compared to what Warren Sapp said. He is going at least for a different tactic.
Well, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to agree to disagree, and I'm sure that the female on the other end of his...
But he's saying, he recognizes he was wrong, whereas Warren Sapp is saying he wasn't wrong.
By the way...
Those are the complete opposite.
By the way, Breakman, Morgan Spurlock raped that woman. If you read...
He said that.
Yeah, well, he didn't say it. He said.
Well, he said she thought it was rape, but he didn't. Right. I get it.
Right. So there's no admission from him. Very carefully, I would not be surprised if a lawyer had a part in that quote unquote admission of guilt. But I agree with you. They're both scumbags. Warren Sapp is. I mean, there have been rumors about Warren Sapp for years, Breakman. The fact that this Me Too movement coming out is actually an awesome thing because people like that in positions of power with a lot of money are going to start to crumble. Look at...
it's always the guys in power, too. You look around and you talk to most normal guys, and... we wouldn't think of doing half of the shit we're hearing about, you know? Not even a fraction of what we hear about.
Right. And then the Hollywood thing is about the gatekeepers, and that's, to me, more deplorable than anything, because if you don't do something with these guys like Harvey Weinstein and these super rich Uber producers that one word could make or break your career.
No, and he's still convinced he's going to come back into Hollywood and everything. He's a piece of shit.
He is Harvey Weinstein, just like that other pedophile. What was his name? Polanski. Great director.
Oh, yeah. And he's always... oh, my God. His defenders really irritate the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I know his original victim, or at least the first victim we ever heard about, she wants him exonerated, but she wants him exonerated for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
She wants him exonerated because she wants the fucking press in the world to leave her the fuck alone, basically.
Yeah.
She wants to live her life with nobody in her face.
Yeah.
And she can't, because every time his name is brought up, they have to go talk to her.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to call her. Dateline wants to interview her, shit like that. Like, she wants it to fucking end.
Yeah. Well, I think
and I'm sure, like, and I know she said, like, you know, it's, well, I mean, she's justified a lot of what he did and stuff like that. But for a lot of people who don't know, there have been accusations that have come out in France, for instance.
Yeah. Well,
and then the women were obviously shut down.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were young teenagers at the time, but I think they're like 17, 18 type.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just like, there's always more than one from what I've seen. There's always some sort of pattern.
Yeah. Well, and then right now we have a fucking sexual abuser in the White House that fully admitted to that. Which brings us, I think we should move on to Eric's, because
because we'll be on that for an hour.
Oh, dude, we could do a lot on that alone. But Eric, you have a stinko this week.
Yeah, basically, Occupy and the FCC vote kill net neutrality went through.
Yeah, there was no.
So unless the Congress and the courts step in and fight back against
Congress isn't going to do it. I'll tell you why.
Internet fast lanes and slow lanes. Yay.
Yep. Congress is not going to do it. I'll tell you why. I go back to this all the time. Might drive you guys crazy, but money in politics. If you look at the donor list of people that have lobbied to get net neutrality repealed.
Well, the states have already sued the FCC because they've lost the right to regulate their own.
Right, but here's the thing, Eric. Like, it's not going to matter. Net neutrality is as good as dead. The only hope that we have is in the courts, and it's up to hopefully some rich people that have enough money to pay for the lawyers, because I can guarantee you Congress will not do anything about this. 83% of people agree that net neutrality should stay in place. I can't think of a constituency that agrees on anything more than net neutrality. And it sucks because all of these guys, if you look at the list, I looked at, there was, Anonymous had leaked a list of the total contributions of millionaires and billionaires to kill net neutrality because it would benefit them. They're the stockholders of Comcast and Verizon and AT&T, etc. They effectively have bought this vote. When Trump put Ajit Pai in as the head of the FCC, there was one person for Ajit Pai, who is a deplorable, despicable piece of shit human being in his own right. But now this really cements the fact that he is a total ass. The list was almost every Congress member. There was the name followed by how much money was given to them specifically to kill net neutrality. And I think the least amount of money that I saw out of the probably 100 names was like $12,000, $10,000 or $12,000. So all the way up to 1.2 million in that range. So you had all these lobbying firms and people lobbying against net neutrality, giving thousands and thousands of dollars to these guys. Do you think they're going to vote against the interest of the corporations, or do you think they're going to vote for it if they're getting money from these companies? If you get money out of politics, shit like this does not happen. So, I mean, I'll find that list and I'll show you guys. It'll make you sick. Like, one of them was Ken Buck here in Colorado. He had like $40,000 given to him for what they call campaign donations or contributions. It's not that. It's bribes. It's legalized bribes, and that shit has to end. If that stuff ends, we can have good votes. But I don't know if you guys have anything to add to that. You, Breakman, anything?
No, but kind of a sidetrack in chat. back to the molestation accusations and rape and assault and everything else. Chaos Freak says they were talking about it in Zombie Anonymous, and they had a couple questions that they were thinking about. Who would you be really upset if someone accused them of these things? And what about people who have died? These won't be accused because they're dead.
Well, they'll be accused, but their legacy will be tarnished.
Well, he's saying like there are people that we're definitely fans of that are probably dead that more than likely did this kind of thing, but we'll never know.
Yeah, well, see, it goes like my hero was always John Elway. But the more I got to learn about John Elway and how he treated his wife and, basically abused his business partners and all kinds of stuff, it changed my
kind of like
view.
Michael Jordan,
Yeah, same thing. Like Michael Jordan and his gambling problems. Michael Vick was a huge, kind of hero.
Yeah,
to a lot of people.
I can't even talk about that guy. Like, who wasn't a fan of Michael Vick?
Right.
Who wasn't? He innovated the game. Right, he really did.
Right. So it's like, I'll have a different view for sure if they're credible. Now, if it's just a one-off person that, there's no credibility to it and they're just in it for money, as these guys want to say, I mean, the jury's still out, But if you have multiple sources saying the same thing for different people, it's like Donald Trump. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind he's a pig, and hopefully he'll get impeached for it because there's, I mean, especially as the president of the United States, you shouldn't be that way, I mean.
I just wonder, has he been doing this since he's been in office? Because, this kind of shit doesn't stop.
I don't think that he's done anything since he's been in office because he's been under a huge microscope, but it would not surprise me if he did.
He is under probably a bigger microscope than even anybody before him.
Yeah.
Because just because of technology. Technology has grown to the point where it's we can monitor people's everyday whereabouts.
Right. But you know what? If people, like a few weeks back, I talked about this anonymous thread about the death op-eaters. It's a bunch of anonymous techies, I guess, for lack of a better word, that put together a list of all the court cases and provable things that these deplorable people that have done. At the top of the list was Theo Epstein and his brother. Their private jet was called the Lolita Express. That's how they. That's what they called it. And guess who was on a few of those flights?
A lot of big name. Big name.
But one very, very big name. Guess.
You mean the commander and pervert?
Yes. Yes.
Pervert in chief. I forget.
Donald Trump was close friends with the Epsteins, and it would not surprise me at all if he was involved in any and all of that nonsense with the Lolita Express. So, yeah, it's definitely a stinko for sure.
I think it's weird that Trump is a pig, and then David Cameron fucked a pig.
Yeah, the Black Mirror episode, is that what you're referring to?
No, I'm talking about David Cameron of the UK, the last Prime Minister. He apparently fucked a pig in college, a dead pig corpse.
I guess that's why they did that Black Mirror episode, which was
there's a new season of Black Mirror coming soon.
Yeah, 29th. Yep, 29th. I can't wait, man. That series is great. Yeah. Let me go on to mine real quick. They passed the tax bill with flying colors today, so we're all screwed. We're all going to pay more in taxes. It's not. It was a tax cut for the rich, and they added about 1.5 trillion to the deficit, which already Paul Ryan's talking about cutting Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. So he calls them entitlements, which most people would say they're not. You shouldn't paint it that way, but they are entitlements. And you know why they call them entitlements? Because we're fucking entitled to them. So cutting them is a bad thing, not a good thing. And the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. So That's my take on that. And of course, Eric mentioned Ajit Pai, or as I like to refer him as Ajit Piehole, because he's an ass and he's an asshole. So if you combine those things, he's a pie.
Or a shit pie.
Or a shit pie, yeah.
Shit pile.
A shit pile, yeah, exactly. That guy's deplorable. He's disgusting. He put out this propaganda video of him saying,
this thing is really good.
Yeah, what's going to change if we take away net neutrality? Nothing. You can still do this. You can still... Yeah,
you have options. Options to pay this and this and this. And this.
He never mentioned the money, if you notice that in his stupid little videos trying to be all hip. And he did a video where he was like dancing like they did in that Harlem Shake video. That was like 2013, wasn't it? Like 4 years ago when that was going around. Like, do something more modern if you want to convince people. Ajit Pai sucks. All right, let's move on to our Sweetos. Breakman, your Sweeto.
I have two.
Okay.
As Dungeon Buster said earlier in chat, you know, there may have been some problems with it, but still, we got a new Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm always happy about new Star Wars, although I'm not quite sure yet if I want to go see the next Star Wars, because it seems like they're going to make a new Star Wars movie every year.
Yeah.
So I definitely am going to go see the numbered ones, but I don't know if I'm going to keep going to see, like, every year.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to see...
and Fett and Rebel.
I might see the...
Origin.
I might see the Boba Fett one, but Han Solo I'm not interested in the least. I really am not interested in his adventures, per se, but... what? Next Star Wars?
Until they do the Jar Jar Solo movie.
But it's coming out in May, when Infinity War is coming out.
Oh God, Infinity War! Holy fuck, am I excited for that movie?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Break. What else you got?
My other one goes to there was a little election that happened earlier this week, which was big news throughout the country.
Yeah.
I know there are people like Gripper don't listen, but there was a guy who was running to be was he senator or was it House? Senator. Okay. Named Roy Moore, who is one of the most controversial people in the world. Well, I should say America. Because, well, he's an asshole for one, but twice he has defied the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Been removed from the bench for telling the Supreme Court to stick it, because it's his rule goes above even the Supreme Court apparently. He has said that gay people. He said a lot of terrible things about gay people. I'm not going to start listing it all because I don't have exact quotes right now.
And that's mentioned black people.
Yeah, well, I mean, racist things about lots of. I think I know he's said about Muslim culture, so some bigotry there. Black people, gay people. I'm sure he's offended other people too because he's an asshole.
Yeah. Main reason is because he touches little girls. That's the. And then there's that. In this last month, he was accused of fucking molesting goddamn children. Mm-hmm. Like, how fucking evil can you be? Like, this guy... Banned from a mall because he was harassing teens. Like,
let me see. Molested kids, told the government to stick it. Well, I don't like the government, but he told the courts to stick it because his rule is the law, apparently.
Yeah. He sounds like a right...
one of the things, and a little fun story about this guy, one of the things that he got kicked off the bench for because he denied the Supreme Court was he had to remove these stone tablets of the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
Those stone tablets... he paid for with tax dollar money to have built and put in the courthouse.
Yeah. Gripper says he sounds like a right idiot. Yeah, if you can... I'm trying to think of a politician in the UK, but they don't really have a problem with that in the UK in politics. They have other problems, but... I don't know about the child molestation.
He's like the most extreme right person ever. Basically, like if you heard of an extreme right thing, and Gripper, basically you look down like a checklist of extreme right, Roy Moore, check mark and everything.
Yeah, and you know what? My Sweeto is also that special election break, so I'll quickly give you this point, and then I'll kick it back to you guys. But what does it say about our country that we were within mere, like, what, we had to hope beyond hope that a Democrat that's not even a great Democrat had to beat a child molester to be a senator, and he barely beat him.
Yeah, like I normally don't...
Because there's too many insane, stupid voters in Alabama.
Well, at least 650,000 of them. But what were you going to say, Break?
Mrs. Bergman distracted me real quick. But I was going to say, so many people voted for him still, despite being accused of molesting kids. Because, well, what happened was he starts running for senator, and then towards the end it comes out, and the people who defend him, that always defend these people, are like, well, this is happening, this is a conspiracy.
Yeah. Well,
when they're getting, accused of stuff like that. Well, maybe, but then they need to go deal with that. They don't need to be in Congress.
Yeah.
You need to find out why you're being accused of that.
Let me give you... Yeah.
According to Freak, he released a video on YouTube blaming gay people for his loss.
Anybody...
And I was going to say, like, I don't normally go out and vote for politicians, but I would have gone out and voted for the guy against him.
Yeah,
just because, like... it's horrible enough that there are guys already in there, some that we've known about, like Trump, but this guy is the worst of the worst.
I think Trump's up there with him too.
Well,
but the
thing
about it is he. I mean, what does that say? That you would not vote against party to put a pedophile just because you don't want a Democrat in office? It makes zero sense. Like, if the roles were reversed and Doug Jones was a pedophile and he was a Democrat, I'd be saying the same fucking things. I'd be saying, don't vote for that guy, vote for the Republican. It's kind of lesser of two evils. You know
what really bothers me is this just it brings me back to the Clinton days. Like, as soon as he was accused, like, multiple times of, like, assaulting women and rape at even one point, and just touching and stuff like that, like, I'm completely out, and I know a lot of, like, people on the right wing were with me, like, no, like you can't have that kind of guy in office. But then, several years later, we get Trump, and those same people are like, no, these are lies.
Yeah.
Wait, but you still think Clinton's a rapist, but you think that Trump's innocent.
Yeah. Freak 5 says...
This mindset for this party, Republicans and Democrats too, like this blind loyalty to the party.
Yep, blind loyalty to party is no good. That's why the two-party system can never work. It can never work.
And I was thinking about, we need. There were a lot of write-in voters, and those people who vote on the right and they didn't want to vote for a Democrat, but they went in and wrote a write-in vote. Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Because honestly, they were the difference.
I mean, if you ask Democrats about write-in votes, they would give you the third degree about that's why Clinton lost was because of the write-in vote. Well, go fuck yourself,
But I was thinking we need another option on ballots, not just the other parties, but we need a no option. We need to say, if anytime all the choices suck, we can say no. And you know what happens? They say, okay, we gotta move away from these people, and we get new people that we get a choice with.
You know what we need is a better system of primaries. Bernie Sanders was fucked in that primary, man.
Yeah.
Totally fucked. He would have been a head and shoulders above the rest of the candidates. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he would have been way better than what we got. Way better. Let's see. Freak 5 says...
I'm not going to read what he said in chat because I know what'll happen, and since you've been on that, Frank, go ahead.
Freak 5 said, people who defend Roy Moore probably think Hillary Clinton was guilty of the Pizzagate accusations. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, and I'm not going to make that guy mad.
Yeah, we're not...
Again.
We're not
I don't care. I want to yell at him.
Yeah, we're not going to have pizza.
Him and his
I vote
piece of
none
shit
of the
face.
Yeah, well, you guys...
I can't do a good Richard Pryor.
You guys...
I'd like to.
You guys heard me...
I can't do it.
You guys heard me take Pizzagate Howie apart with his liking of Trump, and I'm like, ugh. It's like, come on, man. One of his quotes was he would forever like Donald Trump for preventing Hillary Clinton from being in office. That's.
Hey, he's pretty much a Roy Moore dude.
Yeah.
All the people that defend Roy Moore, yeah.
I can't say that for sure, but it.
No, I'm not saying he's defending. I'm saying he defended Roy Moore. But the mentality is the same.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. Eric, your Sweeto.
My Sweeto. It's gonna sound like it's not Sweeto because there is a shitty part to it, but basically, Australia's Catholic Church has rejected calls by wide-reaching investigation into child abuse to end mandatory celibacy for priests, and the Australian royal. But that's the stinky part, though. The good part, though, is that the Australian government actually bothered to go after them and say, "Hey, you should probably drop mandatory celibacy." Because this conflation of what celibacy versus chastity has got to end, and maybe we could reduce the number of child abuse rape cases.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think a good case study is in Texas, of all places. They don't.
Here's the weird thing, though. Celibacy is a vow to not get married, but that doesn't actually prevent you from not having sex. But the church has wanted to regulate the control of sexual urges and priests for such a long time that they conflated the definition between chastity and celibacy. Chastity is disavowing sex.
Yeah. I would agree with that. And like I said, in Texas, there's no place that does it like Texas. They have the highest rate of teen pregnancy in the entirety of the United States because they don't fund sex education programs. They try to preach celibacy, and it just doesn't work with hormonal teenagers. It just doesn't.
It definitely doesn't.
So the Sweeto is that the government actually tried to do something about it.
Yeah.
And so basically they're putting pressure on the church now, and they're monitoring them. They're just basically saying, hey, we're watching you, so if you fuck up, we're going to go after you hard.
Yeah, and this is one instance of government intervention that I am fully embrace. So that's good. What else you got, Eric?
And it's Australia of all places, too.
I know, of all places. All right. Well, if you think about it, they have very high censorship on video games and movies and stuff like that. So maybe it's not so far off of what they feel. But what's your?
Put the link in chat.
Yeah. All right. What else you got, Eric? Anything else?
That's my only Sweeto.
Yeah. All right.
Other than Patreon redacting its policy changes.
I know.
So they're not going to do the service fee.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it was kind of a half-hearted apology. It's more like they got caught with their pants down and realized that they... Jim Sterling thinks that they thought that they were doing right by doing it, but they didn't think it through.
Yeah, I agree. In chat,
they were trying to help. They were trying to help out. They're stupid and incompetent because they're trying to solve a problem by helping out the patrons, the people who were running the campaigns, by giving them more money. But they already had a solution to that problem.
Yeah.
And they kind of forgot about it, I guess, and did this, and then it only ended up hurting them.
Richard Pryor makes everything better, guys in chat. They're talking about Richard Pryor. But, all right, let's move on to our free-for-all real quick. We'll do one of these. It's 7 myths that
We'll do one a week, maybe.
Yeah, we're going to do one a week. The first one this week, 7 myths that gamers believe in. The first one is, game companies care about me. They don't. They really don't. Smaller.
What planet are you living on that you could believe that?
Yeah, smaller independent developers might care about you. That is completely possible, but publicly traded corporations do not. How many times have I made this point on these airwaves that corporations aren't people? They're incapable of the emotions that go through a person. So why they're
even more funny is ascribing emotions to a company that only cares about making money.
Yeah,
which is why they'll say stupid things like Nintendo didn't put this game on Virtual Console because they don't like fun. And Wylan remembers this because I was on Twitter talking with a nutcase named Lucifer.
Well, with the name like Lucifer, I mean, no, but it says something here.
It's supposed to be a pun on Lucifer, by the
way. This right here, I'm going to highlight this up on the chat. This right here, this sentence basically says it all. It says, but despite what some politicians will tell you, corporations aren't people. People might love you, but corporations do not. So I couldn't have said it any better. I agree 100% with that. I've said it 100 times. Corporations aren't people. They don't care. They only do one thing. Their focus is one thing: money. How much money can I make my shareholders? That's it. That's what corporations are around for. Nothing more. So, that's one myth that gamers believe. Actually, you could that first one you could kind of say everybody kind of thinks that companies are people, but they are not people. All right. Anything else, guys?
Actually, there's a quick question. I told her no, but she wanted me to ask anyway.
Yeah.
Mrs. Breakman wants to know if there's anybody here who plays The Sims.
You know what? If you talk to Bridget in chat, Bridget plays The Sims.
Oh.
Bridget does play The Sims. She's all about The Sims. So, yes, there's somebody in the Grinder family that plays Sims. So, there you go. I do not. I know of The Sims. I know how popular those games are. I'm sure I'll get a healthy dose of it when I get my...
Do you try to trap your Sims?
No, but Bridget told me that she kills her Sims. She's evil with her Sims. She likes to kill them. Yeah, see? Bridget says, me! She's all happy in chat. All right. Anything else, guys? Anything else, Break?
No, we're trying to answer something here. Yeah, Dungeon Buster in chat. I was right. It was Chevy Chase. We're talking about an SNL skit, Richard Pryor, and it was Richard Pryor versus Chevy Chase. I had to Google it real quick.
Yeah.
He thought it was Gene Wilder. Now, I'm not talking about the movies. I'm talking about on SNL. Basically, it was Richard Pryor applying for a job, and what I can remember is just Chevy Chase was really racist. And,
Yeah,
and this this is Richard Pryor. So
you ever see
they turn he's like Chappelle does nowadays. Like he turns racism into hilarity.
I think Richard Pryor is probably
he invented that.
I think he's probably my favorite comedian of all time, Richard Pryor. All right. Anything else, guys? I don't think so. All right. Breakman, your plugs, please.
You can find me at break_man on Twitter and at RPGrinders on Twitter.
Yeah. Give us some comments. We will definitely put them on the air. Anybody that tweets RPGrinders or Breakman or Frank Branches or Eric RPG. All right, Eric, your plugs, please.
Instead of plugging my Patreon page, I'll just leave that in the summary. Maybe you can throw some money my way, because I could use it, because I'm finally feeling the crunch of paying for that fucking car.
Well, at least you got a reliable car, man. It's not all bad.
But anyways, I was thinking we could plug next week's episode, the Christmas episode, if you want to talk about Christmas stuff.
Next week. Well, yeah, we can do a Christmas theme / Games of the Year episode next week. That's what's on tap for next week. So we'll be talking about the games that we played, or from our view, like in my case, the games that I watched because I didn't have a system. I played a few games this year, but We're going to do our games of the year and year in review type show and Christmas show. So that'll be what's on tap next week. Anything else, Eric?
I'll just say the gaming year might be short because you haven't really played any other than Marvel Puzzle Quest.
No, well, no, but I know what video games are and aren't good. Like I've seen plenty this year, so even though I haven't played them,
you've watched Let's Plays.
I've watched a lot of Let's Plays. I've seen a lot of good games, bad games, everything in between. I'm not going to give you a game of the year per se because I haven't had a system all year, but I will definitely add my input to what I view as the games of the year, etc. All right, everybody in chat. Bridget was in there. I know Freak5 was in there. Thank you very much. Dungeon Buster was in there, and our good friend Gripper and our good friend
maybe if we're lucky,
and our good friend Wyland was in chat. So thank you very much, Wyland, for joining chat. Really appreciate that. What were you saying, Eric? Sorry, I was doing my part.
Maybe if we're lucky, we can get Muggin next week.
Maybe, dude. We'll see. He has to work, and work tends to get in the way. All right. That's about it. Thank you guys so much in chat. It was a nice show today. Next week, we'll talk a little more about Star Wars. It'll be more spoilerific next week. We didn't do a ton of spoilers this week, but we'll definitely do spoilers next week. Let's see, what else do I got? That's about it. Go out and see Star Wars. Good movie. We'll talk more about it next week. All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
Have a safe weekend.
Yeah.
May the Force be with you.
I'm going to plug Moving, a movie with Richard Pryor. A very underrated movie. Go watch that movie. It's an awesome movie. Moving, yes, it's called Moving with Richard Pryor. All right.
Is there any like streaming services I could watch that on?
It's not on any stream. You'd have to purchase it. I purchased it because I love that movie. But all right, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for joining chat. If you're listening on archives, thank you guys so much as well. We really appreciate it. Spread the word. Tell everybody. We're live every Friday, 7 Eastern on YouTube. Just search RPGrinders. We're on Twitch. That's where the chat is. Just, again, search RPGrinders, and that's where we'll be. We're also on Ustream, so all the streams, and even iTunes and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much. Until next week.
I have one more plug.
Okay, go ahead, Eric.
Kentucky Fried Pork.
Okay, I have no idea what that means. All right, take care, everybody. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Till then, we are out. Later.
Dun, 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 dun,
Hey, I like that.
Maka.
Remix. I love it. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. We want to hear it. Break more. Do it.
I think the theme was over. That's why.
No. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. We want to hear it. All right.
Here's your grinder dance party, folks.
Later, everybody in chat. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate all of you all the time on archives. Thank you. All right. Everybody in chat, you guys rocked it today. I'm hoping we get more people if there's a centralized Twitch chat. So if you see any of your friends on Twitch or YouTube as you're browsing, tell them about the show live every Friday. Thank you guys. I'm going to stop the stream. You guys rock. I'm on Twitter, Frank Branches. I am not a robot. Later.